Hi, I'm Robin Bensley. Welcome to Chow Time. When I was growing up, my mother would bring home these beautiful red candy apples. I used to think they were so cool. And when you'd bite into them, it felt like you were biting into red glass. Well, nowadays, it just seems like the only candy apples you find are they're dipped in caramel and chocolate and nuts and tofu and kale or whatever. But I wanted to kind of bring back the old red candy apple in a little bit different manner. The first thing I did was prep my dried apples. This is about 6 ounces of those dried apple rings you can buy in the grocery store. Piece of parchment paper on the bottom. I buttered the bottom. You have to do that. I put the apples kind of close together. Actually, a smarter thing to do would be get that spray stuff you put on. But I did it by hand with butter. And then I want to add just a little cinnamon flavor. So I'm going to sprinkle the tops of them with just a little cinnamon. There, that's good. And now we shall make our candy coating. I've got one and a quarter cups of white sugar. I'm going to add a half a cup of water. Mix that in. A third of a cup of this light corn syrup. And a half a teaspoon of red food coloring. You want to bring this to a boil, which it's doing pretty quickly. Red candy apples were invented on the Jersey Shore by a candy maker. And he was working on a recipe for cinnamon candy, and he just had to happen to have some apples there, so he dipped the apples in this red mixture, and he decided they looked so pretty, he put them in his store window. And of course, that was the beginning of the whole thing. Everybody wanted those apples. And that was in 1908, by the way. So I'm bringing this to a boil over a medium heat, and you want to keep boiling that. Have your candy thermometer ready, and we're going to take it to the hardball stage, which is 300 degrees. And that usually takes about 15 minutes. So we'll keep an eye on it, but I'm boiling it away here. So this hit 300. So I'm going to bring it over here to my apples and pour it all over. I'm just doing one side. And you have to kind of work quickly a little bit because, you know, this stuff dries really quick. But I want to make sure all the tops get coated pretty well. Put a little more on there. See, already, look at how tacky it's getting already. Now we shall let this dry so it can harden up for about 15-20 minutes. So once it dried, I just broke them all into pieces put them on a plate. I'm gonna have one. Wow. I can get that little bite of cinnamon. This is a total childhood flashback for me. I love the dried apples. However, 9 out of 10 dentists do not recommend this recipe at all.